Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. How are you? I think that you are well and enjoying watching my videos at home. Today I have came back with another educational video. So friends, are you ready to learn this? So let's start.
Good morning, students.
Good morning, ma'am.
Students, today I am going to teach you about a sculpture or statue that is Statue of Liberty.
Wow! I was waiting to learn about it and also is interested to learn this.
Nice. So let's start.
The Statue of Liberty, Liberty Enlightening the World. French, La Liberté éclairant le monde, is a colossal neoclassical sculpture on Liberty Island in New York Harbor within New York City, in the United States. The copper statue, a gift from the people of France to the people of the United States, was designed by French sculptor Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi and its metal framework was built by Gustave Eiffel. The statue was dedicated on October 28, 1886. Location: Liberty Island, Manhattan, New York City, New York, USA. Height of copper statue to torch, 151 feet 1 inch, 46 meters, from ground level to torch, 305 feet 1 inch, 93 meters. Dedicated, October 28, 1886. Restored, 1938, 1984 to 1986, 2011 to 2012. Sculptor, Frédéric Auguste Bartholdi. The statue is a figure of Libertas, a robed Roman liberty goddess. She holds a torch above her head with her right hand, and in her left hand carries a tabula ansata inscribed July IVMTCCLXXVI, July 4, 1776 in Roman numerals, the date of the U.S. Declaration of Independence. A broken shackle and chain lie at her feet as she walks forward, commemorating the recent national abolition of slavery. After its dedication, the statue became an icon of freedom and of the United States, seen as a symbol of welcome to immigrants arriving by sea. Bartholdi was inspired by a French law professor and politician, Édouard René de la Boulaye, who is said to have commented in 1865 that any monument raised to U.S. independence would properly be a joint project of the French and U.S. peoples. The Franco-Prussian War delayed progress until 1875, when La Boulaye proposed that the French finance the statue and the U.S. provide the site and build the pedestal. Bartholdi completed the head and the torch-bearing arm before the statue was fully designed, and these pieces were exhibited for publicity at international expositions. The torch-bearing arm was displayed at the Centennial Exposition in Philadelphia in 1876, and in Madison Square Park in Manhattan from 1876 to 1882. Fundraising proved difficult, especially for the Americans, and by 1885 work on the pedestal was threatened by lack of funds. Publisher Joseph Pulitzer, of the New York World, started a drive for donations to finish the project and attracted more than 120,000 contributors, most of whom gave less than $1. The statue was built in France, shipped overseas in crates, and assembled on the completed pedestal on what was then called Bedloe's Island. The statue's completion was marked by New York's first ticker tape parade and a dedication ceremony presided over by President Grover Cleveland. The statue was administered by the United States Lighthouse Board until 1901 and then by the Department of War. Since 1933 it has been maintained by the National Park Service as part of the Statue of Liberty National Monument, and is a major tourist attraction. Public access to the balcony around the torch has been barred since 1916. Design and construction process. Origin. According to the National Park Service, the idea of a monument presented by the French people to the United States was first proposed by Édouard René de la Boulaye, president of the French Anti-Slavery Society and a prominent and important political thinker of his time. The project is traced to a mid-1865 conversation between La Boulaye, a staunch abolitionist, and Frédéric Bartholdi, a sculptor. In after-dinner conversation at his home near Versailles, La Boulaye, an ardent supporter of the Union in the American Civil War, is supposed to have said, "If a monument should rise in the United States, as a memorial to their independence, I should think it only natural if it were built by a united effort, a common work of both our nations." The National Park Service, in a 2000 report, however, deemed this a legend traced to an 1885 fundraising pamphlet, and that the statue was most likely conceived in 1870. Design, style, and symbolism. Bartholdi and Laboulaye considered how best to express the idea of American liberty. In early American history, two female figures were frequently used as cultural symbols of the nation. One of these symbols, the personified Columbia. The other significant female icon in American culture was a representation of liberty, derived from Libertas, the goddess of freedom widely worshipped in ancient Rome, especially among emancipated slaves. Dedication. A ceremony of dedication was held on the afternoon of October 28, 1886. President Grover Cleveland, the former New York governor, presided over the event. On the morning of the dedication, a parade was held in New York City. Estimates of the number of people who watched it ranged from several 100,000 to 1 million. President Cleveland headed the procession, then stood in the reviewing stand to see bands and marchers from across America. General Stone was the Grand Marshal of the parade. The route began at Madison Square, once the venue for the Arm, and proceeded to the Battery at the southern tip of Manhattan by way of Fifth Avenue and Broadway, with a slight detour so the parade could pass in front of the World Building on Park Row. As the parade passed the New York Stock Exchange, traders threw ticker tape from the windows, beginning the New York tradition of the ticker tape parade. Depictions. Hundreds of replicas of the Statue of Liberty are displayed worldwide. A smaller version of the statue, 1/4 the height of the original, was given by the American community in Paris to that city. It now stands on the Îlot Cygnus, facing west toward her larger sister. A replica 30 feet (9.1 meters) tall stood atop the Liberty Warehouse on West 64th Street in Manhattan for many years. It now resides at the Brooklyn Museum. In a patriotic tribute, the Boy Scouts of America, as part of their Strengthen the Arm of Liberty campaign in 1949 to 1952, donated about 200 replicas of the statue, made of stamped copper and 100 inches (2.5 meters) in height, to states and municipalities across the United States. Though not a true replica, the statue known as the Goddess of Democracy temporarily erected during the Tiananmen Square protests of 1989 was similarly inspired by French democratic traditions. The sculptors took care to avoid a direct imitation of the Statue of Liberty. Among other recreations of New York City structures, a replica of the statue is part of the exterior of the New York Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. Historical designations. President Calvin Coolidge officially designated the Statue of Liberty as part of the Statue of Liberty National Monument in 1924. The monument was expanded to also include Ellis Island in 1965. The following year, the Statue of Liberty and Ellis Island were jointly added to the National Register of Historic Places, and the statue individually in 2017. On the subnational level, the Statue of Liberty National Monument was added to the New Jersey Register of Historic Places in 1971, and was made a New York City designated landmark in 1976. In 1984, the Statue of Liberty was designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The UNESCO Statement of Significance describes the statue as a masterpiece of the human spirit that endures as a highly potent symbol, inspiring contemplation, debate and protest, of ideals such as liberty, peace, human rights, abolition of slavery, democracy and opportunity.
So students, this was the Statue of Liberty. Have you understood about it properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Nice. Goodbye, students.
Goodbye, ma'am. So friends, this was today's video. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you need about this types of video, then comment us and I will response and we'll try to upload as soon as possible. If you liked the video, then give a like, comment, share and subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get instant notification when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching the video. Goodbye friends. Stay well and stay healthy. Stay home and stay safe. Have a nice day. See you again.
With